It was sleek, it was stylish, and it carried the spirit of BMW's open-top driving legacy. But in 2024, BMW quietly confirmed what many enthusiasts feared. The BMW Z4 Roadster is being discontinued. No dramatic farewell, no flashy send-off, just gone. So what happened? Why did BMW pull the plug on one of its most iconic nameplates? And what does this say about the future of sports cars? Let's take a deep dive into why the Z4 Roadster is driving off into the sunset for good. 1. A legacy of top-down thrills. Before we talk about the end, let's rewind a bit. The Z4 wasn't just any roadster. It was the torchbearer of BMW's open-air driving spirit, tracing its roots all the way back to the legendary Z3 and the 507 of the 1950s. From the first-generation E85 Z4, with its bold flame-surfacing design, to the second-gen hardtop convertible, to the most recent G29 model, it's always been a car that looked good and drove better. Balanced, rear-wheel drive, and always aimed at drivers who loved the journey more than the destination. But in a changing automotive world, the Z4 found itself drifting out of focus. 2. Sports cars just don't sell. Like they used to, let's be real, roadsters aren't hot sellers anymore. Back in the early 2000s, cars like the Z4, Mazda Miata, and Honda S2000 thrived. People wanted nimble, fun weekend cruisers. But today, most buyers are flocking to SUVs, crossovers, and EVs. The Z4 was never meant to be a volume car, but its sales numbers plummeted. In 2023, BMW sold fewer than 2,000 units in the US, a fraction of what it used to. Globally, it was the same story. Despite a strong chassis and critical praise, it just couldn't compete in a market where practicality and tech now outweigh pure driving feel. 3. A shared platform with a divided audience. Here's something not everyone knows. The current Z4 was co-developed with Toyota. Yep, the G29 Z4 shares its bones with the Toyota GR Supra. On paper, it seemed like a match made in heaven. BMW's chassis expertise combined with Toyota's revival of a legendary name. But in practice, it confused some buyers. Enthusiasts debated which car was the real driver's machine. Purists were divided. And despite being dynamically excellent, both cars carried the stigma of being platform twins, a marketing challenge neither brand fully overcame. The partnership made the Z4 more viable financially, but not enough to save it from the chopping block. 4th, EV pressure and BMW's new priorities. Let's face it, BMW is all in on electric. The brand is pouring billions into its Neue Klasse platform, rolling out EVs like the i4, iX, and the upcoming i5. Their goal? A fully electrified lineup by the 2030s. And in that future, low-volume two-seaters don't really fit. The Z4, with its internal combustion heart and traditional layout, felt like a relic, an outlier in an otherwise tech-driven portfolio. Rather than invest in another generation, especially with stricter emission standards looming, BMW chose to let the Z4 bow out quietly. 5. A soft exit with no grand finale. Unlike the M5 CS or the final run of the i8, the Z4 won't get a limited edition farewell model. No collector's version, no heritage-themed send-off. BMW simply announced that the Z4's production will end in March 2026, with no direct replacement planned. It's a quiet goodbye, one that almost feels undeserved. Because for all its quirks, the Z4 was a true driver's car. A rear-wheel drive, top-down escape in an industry obsessed with screens, sensors, and software. As we say goodbye to the Z4, we're not just losing a car, we're losing a piece of BMW's soul, a chapter in their long-standing love affair with the road. Will we see a Z4 revival someday? Maybe. But with the EV era rapidly approaching, it may look and feel very different. So if you ever get the chance to drive one, especially with a manual transmission and the top down, and if you love stories about iconic cars, lost legends, and the soul of driving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and keep the spirit of driving alive.